Alright guys, we're back here at the house to do a little something new. Like I said in the beginning of the video, what we're going to do is I want to go over what's sold. You guys do see us all the time buying, purchasing, and things like that. We're putting up comps for what we think it should sell based on things that we find on eBay of what the item should sell for. And that usually determines what the e-profit calculator where we purchased the item. But we've never actually shown you guys what we actually sold for the item for ourselves. So what I want to do is I'll bring you guys in, let you guys see. I have my iPad pulled up here. As you can see, it has the items that we sold, and then over here I have our Excel spreadsheet. In this Excel spreadsheet, I always put like you know, what the item is, what bin it's in, what the purchase price is, the date that we listed it, the date that we sold it, the price that it sold for, the sell through, which is how many days it took us to sell this particular item, and then the profit. So just to give you an example, this one here sold for $22.99, but that's not what we actually made. The sold price, what I'm going to be going over, is what after fees and everything of what it sold for, and then the profit will be what we purchased it for minus what we actually made, minus fees on eBay and shipping, and the profit will be actually what we took home. So I'm gonna get to it, and I want to go through this with you guys. I want to share this with you. You're gonna have to let me know down in the comments, is this something that you guys like, you want to see more of? I'm actually gonna go through the whole month of January with you guys, that way we can be caught up to now, just in case that this is something that you guys do want to see in the future. We're not too far behind and you guys can get a good idea. Let me change the battery in the GoPro and I'll be right back. Okay, battery has been changed in the GoPro. All the devices have been silenced, so I'm going to do my best to get through this without any interruptions, unless the GoPro decides to throw a fit for some reason or the other, which is, you know, my luck. But starting with the first item, and as I go through this, guys, I'm going to put a picture up on the screen for you guys. I'll still be down in the corner somewhere, but I'll have the photo of what we sold really large so you can see it. So the first item that we sold, it is going to be a men's vintage Justin made in USA genuine lizard belt. This one, it did sell on eBay, as you guys can see on the screen, for $22.99, but after fees and everything, we made $19.46. So we purchased it for $10.71, which we made a profit of $8.75 on that one. The next thing we sold is going to be a Nintendo GameCube. This one was actually sealed in the box, and it sold on eBay for $22.99. We paid $12.18 for it. So after fees and shipping, we made $19.77. So profit on that's going to be $7.59. So on the next one is going to be a pair of BKE jeans. They're men's jeans. These were actually my jeans. So they didn't cost us anything. They on eBay they sold for $30.99. So after fees, we made $28.83, which means profit on that's going to be $28.83. The next one that we sold, it is going to be Mr. Magoo's Christmas. We sold this one on Mercari. That one, it sold on Mercari for $6.99. On Mercari, we don't pay fees. So after what we spent on it, we spent $1.99 on the DVD. So after that, we made $5 on that one. The next one is going to be a Salad Master. We picked this one up, I remember, at an estate sale. That one we paid, let's start with here. On eBay, we made $39.99 on it. So after fees on eBay, it was $35.61. We paid $10.71 for that guy. So after everything all said and done, we made $24.90. The next one is going to be a vintage Dallas Sidekicks t-shirt. This is another one that we picked up at an estate sale. This one sold for $9 on eBay. So after fees, it was $7.97. We paid $3.90 for that one. So after all said and done, we made $4.07 on that guy. The next one is going to be a O'Neill. It's an O'Neill and Woolrich. What do you call that? A button down. And that one I think we got at the Goodwill. On eBay, that one sold for $15.99. So after eBay fees, it was $15.47. We paid $6.99 for that guy. So after all said and done, we made $8.48 on that one. The next one is going to be a New Well fishing reel. This one we did pick up at an estate sale. I remember that one. It sold on eBay for $102.54. I'm sorry, $120.99. After fees and everything, we made $102.54. We only paid $3.90 for that guy. So after all said and done, we made $98.64 on that one. The next one is going to be a vintage 90s Y2K Disney Mickey Mouse shirt. That one sold on eBay and it sold for $22.99. After fees, we made $18.57. We paid a whopping $2 for that guy. And after all said and done, we made $16.57. I remember that one, and we picked that one up also at an estate sale. The next one is going to be it's a microphone, Shure SM58. On eBay, that one sold for $24.99. After eBay fees on that one, it was $25.31. We paid $3.90 for that guy. So after all said and done, we made $21.41 on that one. The next one is going to be one that we did on Macari, I believe. Yes, it's the Sims Medieval Limited Edition. That one sold for $11.99, and that was before we got fees on Macari, so we made $11.99 on that. We paid $1.99 for that at a Thrift. So after all said and done, we made $10 on that one. The next one is going to be another Macari sale. It was for some HP ink. We picked this up a long time ago, back when we very first started going to the ACO. It sold for $13. We paid $1.16 for all of them, and after all said and done, we made $11.84 on that one. The next one is going to be another DVD. It's a Mr. Rogers DVD. We also picked this up at a Goodwill. It sold on eBay for $9.99. So after fees, it was $8.99. We paid $2.99 for the DVD. So after all said and done, we made $6 on that guy. The next one is going to be the Legends of the Swordsman. We picked this one also up at a Goodwill. That one sold for $10.99 on eBay. After fees, it was $9.88. We paid $2.99 for the item. So after all said and done, we made $6.89 on that guy. The next one is going to be a little Peanuts figure. This one we did pick up at an estate sale. That one sold for $10 on eBay. So after fees, we made $9.84. We paid $3.90 for that item. So after all said and done, we made $5.94 on that one. The next one is going to be a Bose guitar pedal. This one I remember too. It was picked up at a estate sale not too long ago. That one sold on eBay for $39. Okay guys, future editing me here. I noticed that there was a little hiccup in the pricing on this one, and I'm going to put it on the screen. You guys are going to be seeing it as I'm talking, but I want to go over this. It did sell for $39. Shipping was $12.10, but there was an additional charge for $6.64. So it made the total actually $57.74. So after the fees, and everything, as you're going to see here, we actually made $40.26 on this instead of just the $39. So that's where the little bit of confusion maybe for the pricing, but as you guys can see here on the screen, we did actually make after fees and shipping and everything, it was $40.26. $40.26. So we paid $3.90 for it. So on that one we made $36.36. The next one is going to be, it's 2 pair of BKE jeans. It was a bundle deal, so the shipping did get bundled together because we combined shipping. Both of those were my jeans, so we paid nothing for the jeans. So after fees on that one, because there was no cost of goods fees, so it sold for $61.98. After fees, we made $67.61 on that. Okay, jumping back in here, here's another one of those little discrepancies that, just like the last one. But again, I'll have it on the screen for you guys. This was 2 pairs of jeans, and you can see the breakdown here. Both of them together were $61.98. Shipping was $32.20, and the sales tax was $6.60, which brought the whole total for the purchase to $178. So after fees and everything, we actually made $67.61 on that, just to clear up any kind of confusion on that. Next one is going to be a Macari, which was a cactus puzzle. This puzzle Elle and I purchased, so there was no cost of goods. We just never got around to putting it together, so I was like, why don't we go ahead and list it. That one did sell for $15.99, and at the time there was no Macari fees. So it looks like here, since there's no cost for goods on that one, we just made $15.99 on that guy. The next one is going to be a pair of binoculars. They're Canon binoculars. These were also picked up at an estate sale. These sold on eBay for $38. After fees, it was $35.41. We paid $5.50 for the item. So after all said and done, we made $29.91 on that. The next one is going to be a vintage Boy Scouts canteen. I think we picked that up at an estate sale, if I want to be, yeah, almost positive it was an estate sale. It sold on eBay for $19.99. So after fees, it was $16.15. We paid $3.99 for it. So after all said and done, we made $12.16 on that guy. The next one is going to be a set of Hot Wheels. These were picked up at an estate sale, which wasn't a crazy estate sale. I don't think I'll ever forget that one my whole life. But they sold for $20.99. So after fees, we made $16.79. Now, we paid up on these. I thought they were going to sell a little bit better than what they did. But we paid $21.24, so we actually lost money on that one, guys. We lost $4.63. But you win some, you lose some. It's just the name of the game. Now, the next one was another shocking purchase. Not too long ago, this was purchased at the Allen Resale, which is a thrift store. It's actually it's like a board / card game. This one sold like in less than 24 hours, super quick. It sold for $60.99. After fees, it was $53.68. Now, we only paid $3.20 for the game. So that left us, after all said and done, $50.48. The next one is a Under Armour jacket. That one sold on Depop. Let's see here. So on Depop it sold for $25.12. Now the fees on that were just $25.12 because on Depop there are no fees. We did pay $5.99 for that item. So after all said and done, we made $19.13. The next one is going to be a North Face beanie. This one I remember we did pick up at an estate sale. That one sold on eBay for $6.99, and we paid $3.90 for it. So after eBay fees, we made $6.71, and after all said and done, we made $2.81 on that one. Okay, the next one's going to be a men's white hang loose t-shirt. That one sold for $12 on eBay. So after fees, we made $10.49. We paid $3.99 for this one. This one was purchased at a Goodwill. And so after all said and done, we made $6.50 on that one. The next one is going to be a little roadster car. This one was picked up at an estate sale. That one sold for $35 on eBay. So after all fees, we made $32.70. We paid $10.71 for the item. So we made $21.99. The next one is going to be a Macari purchase. It was a Texas Instruments calculator. I remember we purchased this one was like when we very first started, so it was like over a year ago, and we picked it up at a thrift store in Garland, I believe. So again, no fees associated with Mercari, so it sold for $15.99. So we made $15.99 on that. We paid $2.92 for the calculator. So after all said and done, we made $13.07 on that. The next one's going to be a vintage Champion MI t-shirt. This one was picked up at an estate sale. It sold for $9.99. So after fees, we made $6.93. We paid $3.50 for the item. So after all said and done, we made $3.43 on that one. The next one is going to be a cinch jeans button-down Western shirt. I remember this one too. We picked this one up at a Goodwill in Sherman. It sold on eBay for $15.29. So after fees on that one, it was $14.13. We paid $3.99 for the item. So after all said and done, we made $10.14 on that guy. The next one is going to be a Fabletics performance women's top. This one, I think this one we purchased at a Goodwill. It sold on eBay for $12. So after fees on this one, we made $10.65. We paid $3.99 for the item. And so after all said and done, we made $6.66 on that. The next one is going to be a guitar foot pedal. This one was purchased at an estate sale. eBay, it sold for $45.99. After fees, we made $44.80. We paid $3.90 for the item. So after all said and done, we made $40.90 on that guy. The next one is going to be another Mercari sale. This was a 90s like single stitch Cayman Islands t-shirt. I remember this one was purchased at an estate sale. It sold on Mercari for $9, but this is now when Mercari started adding fees back. So after fees, we made $7.57. We paid $5.41 for the shirt. So we made $2.16 on that one. The next one we have here is going to be a bolo tie. This one was purchased at an estate sale. That one sold on eBay for $25.99. So after fees, it was $23.41. We paid $3.90 for the item. So after all said and done on that one, we paid $19, or we made $19.51. The next one is going to be a vintage Wrangler Western button-up. This one was purchased at, I believe, I can't remember if it was an estate sale or Goodwill, one or the other. But that one did sell on eBay for $18. So after fees, we made $14.97. We paid $8.99 for the item. So after all said and done, we made $5.98 on that one. The next one is going to be a Nintendo game. It's for the Game Boy. It's Super Mario. It sold on eBay for $19.99. This one was purchased at an estate sale. We paid $3.90 for it. So after eBay fees, it was $17.21, and after all said and done, we made $13.31 on that item. The next one's going to be a Sony Walkman. This one sold on eBay for $35.99. We did pick that one up at the estate sale. After eBay fees, we made $32.17. We paid $2.99 for the item. So after all said and done, we made $29.18. The next one that sold was NCIS DVD Seasons 1 through 3 Complete. It sold for $9.99 on eBay. After fees, we made $8.89. We paid $4.50 for it. So after all said and done, we made $4.39. The next one is going to be a game. It is a PlayStation 2 game. It's Disney Stitch. That one, it sold for $12.99. So after fees, it was $12.06. We paid $2 for that guy. So after all said and done, we made $10.06. The next one is going to be a set of pencil leads. These were picked up at an estate sale and a big bunch of stuff like I bought, pencils and pens and stuff. But that did go on to sell on eBay for $6.99. After fees, we made $6.13. We paid 25 cents for them. So after all said and done, we made $5.88 on that. The next one is going to be a Bose adapter power supply. We picked this up at an estate sale. It sold on eBay for $15.99. So after fees, it was $13.60. We paid $3.90 for it. So after all said and done, we made $9.70 on that guy. The next one is going to be a Umbro like windbreaker jacket. This one sold on eBay for $22.99. I do remember picking this up. It was at a Goodwill. So after fees and everything, we made $19.75. We paid $11.99 for the item. So after all said and done, we made $7.76. The next one is going to be a vintage Marlboro beach towel. I did pick this one up at an estate sale. I remember this one smelled so bad, like cigarette smoke. So it took me a while to get the smell out, but I did. It went on to sell on eBay for $8. After fees and everything, it was $9.04. We paid $3.33 for it, and we made, after everything, we made $5.71. The next one is going to be another pair of BKE jeans. These were my jeans. They sold on eBay for $29.99. So after fees, we made $26.58. We paid nothing for them, so we just made $26.58. The next one is going to be a board/card game. I picked this one up at the Thrift. It was Hope's Door. It went on to sell on eBay for $20.75. After fees, it was $16.51. We paid $7 for the game, so after all said and done, we made $9.51. The next one is going to be a women's Nike hoodie, Chicago Bears. This one was picked up, I think, when we very first started and when we went to Uptown Cheapskate. So that one went on to sell for $25. So after fees, it was $21.03. We paid $5.99 for it. So after all said and done, we made $15.04. The next one is going to be a pair of lederhosen. These were picked up at an estate sale. These went on to sell for $30. So after fees, it was $28.34. We paid $3.90 for them. So after everything, we made $24.44 on those. The next one is going to be a snow globe. This was Mary Poppins. I remember that we bought this at a Thrift in Dallas. It went on to sell for $9.49. We paid $2.99 for it. So after everything, we made $7.15. The next one is going to be a pair of brass bookends. These were actually purchased at an estate sale. They went on to sell on eBay for $22.99. After fees, it was $20.34. We paid $3.90 for the item. So after everything was said and done, we made $16.44 on those. The next is a pair of Missy Me jeans. I cannot remember, to save my life, where we got these from. I think it was a Goodwill in Garland, I want to say. But they sold on eBay for $24. After fees, it was $22.90. We paid $9.99 for them. So after all said and done, we made $12.91. Okay, the next thing that sold was a pair of Vans, high tops. They're checkered. They sold on Mercari. They sold for $37.99. So after fees, this is when Mercari started doing fees again. It was $31.99. We paid $5.99 for them. So after all said and done, we made $26. The next thing that sold was a pair of moccasins. These were picked up at an estate sale. They sold for $60. After fees, it was $50.88. We paid $3.90 for them. So after all said and done, we made $46.98. And the last thing for the month of January was a sweater. It was a hoodie, so a pullover. It was a Linda Feingold. It sold on eBay for $10. After fees, it was $7.85. We paid nothing for the item, so we made $7.85. All right, guys. Wow, that was a mouthful. I hope I made it through okay enough for you guys with not coughing too much. I know this was a little bit different. Didn't have all my bearings. I'm not used to it, so I hope that you stuck along with me through it all. But to give you a grand total of everything that we made for the month of January, whether it be on eBay, Mercari, or Depop, we made $903.96. And that's take home. That's with taking out fees, the cost of goods. That's what we made. So not our best month ever, but it was our second best month ever since we've been started. It's our best month of the year because this is the only month we've had this year. So I feel like we're not doing too shabby. This year has had a rocky start. We were in court for most of January, and then after that was finished and settled, I ended up getting sick, so I missed a whole nother week. But I am still super excited for what this year is going to bring. I'm excited to go out there and see what we can find. And I'm excited to bring you guys along with me. I'm hoping to do some behind the scenes of some estate sales. I'm hoping to do some bulk buys. We may throw a storage unit in there somewhere. I don't know. I'm just super excited of what we are capable of doing this year. And I hope that you guys stick around to find out. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, being patient with me as I stumble my way through this this past year and this year of learning and trying to make good content for you guys. Thank you so much. It means the world for me, to me. Please drop a comment. Let me know what you like about this video. If you like that we're doing wrap-ups and showing what we've made versus what we spent. There's some things that you'd like for me to change or switch. Put that in the comments. If you're new here, let us know where you're from. We love hearing from you. Other than that, again, I can't say it enough. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I love you guys from the top, bottom, and all around my heart. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.